Alright, there we go. Welcome back to Goodstorms Games, buddies, friends, strangers of the wastelands. Here is my just terrific build. This monstrosity is a build. It's definitely a build. So we're gonna take this into battle today. I'm running 2 Phoenixes and an Incinerator. I've got my fully leveled up Misty in here, so some fire damage increase, a little bit of fire puddle stuff, incinerator fire puddle radius increase. I got a werewolf cab, so the drone have more health, so I can, self-destruct on people and do some more damage with the werewolf drone. And I've also got the reload speed, and also I've got a explosive incinerator, so that means it does more damage. Damage is increased by 5%. I have 2 of these, so this is why I love incinerators. I've loved them since day one. Day one of having just one, I ended up selling a bunch of stuff to get a second, get 3 more of them. Because at the time I had a bunch of stuff that I didn't enjoy. I had like a tow missile, crickets, and a bunch of other things that, they were okay, but it really wasn't my play style. So I got one of these. There are 2 of them upgraded, and I also got some reinforced meat augers. So that's 902 durability. I'm sure that's with the perk. Let's just put it into cabin and look at those again. Nope, there's 900. So over 1,000 durability once you add the plus 3% durability to these guys. So 3% increased durability by 3% would be of 900. That would be, that wouldn't be that much, would it? 9 times 3, which is 21. No, 27. Sorry. My math skills in my head are a little off sometimes. But yeah, so 27. So it's a 27 extra durability on there. So it's 927 durability. So almost 1,000, which is pretty good. Considering I can move sideways, back and forth, and there's only 2 of them. They're pretty good. So yeah, and I got my fire scores, and I'm sitting at 9,408 power score. So it should be fun. It's about as high as I can get. I was inspired by Durkee's amazing his amazing harvesters build and stuff, and how funny colored they are and stuff. So I decided, let's kind of theme the colors around the vehicles. So I made it look like I have a front of like a tractor or something on the front there. Got the werewolf cab, and it's basically just an enjoyable build. Looks like a bunch of like buggy parts were stuck together in order to try and protect the Phoenixes. The Phoenixes are on those. I forget what those parts are called. Let's see if I can look at it. The gun mount frames there, and then surrounded on all 4 sides by various parts. So let's just go. Let's go get some machine guns. I don't really need wires or anything, so we'll just enjoy the show. Also, that tilting forward that these do actually really help the incinerators in some cases. It means I can shoot them a little bit closer. There we go. Oh, I missed that. Should have shot it a little bit sooner. So they've changed how the incinerator aims, and I never had a problem with how the incinerator aimed before. I think they actually made it harder to aim the incinerator, to be honest. Yeah, they made it much worse, because I have to aim it like... Yeah. See? The incinerator does not aim as well as it used to. I think they need to bring back the old aiming style, because, like, watch this. It's just weird. I find it's not very effective aiming with with the incinerator. I like the old way. They apparently basically nerfed incinerator aiming. For mandrakes is very, very tough to aim mandrakes. That I will agree on. But whoop, whoop, whoop. Ah, okay. There we go. I didn't tip over. Let's get turned around here. Oh, it's gonna be a little bit laggy because for some reason things. Yeah, see, it's. I keep missing now with it. The aiming on this, it's terrible now. They did not improve the aiming at all. Like it's just completely different now. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, see, I can't. Normally, if I shot like that, I would have been throwing them over those. I don't know. They just made the aiming so much more difficult. And look, I just shot at that just from a tap. Like, come on. I don't understand. Like, they say they improve things, but sometimes it's not an improvement. It's just a nerf. Oh. Let's get this guy. That guy's dead. Okay. We helped, I guess. I guess we can just run to their cap now. Force them to come to cap. Sounds like a good idea. Like, it's much harder to aim these now. They should change incinerator aiming back to normal because the mandrake aiming, like mandrake aiming, I can understand. It was terrible, but incinerators had no problem. It's like, look, I'm trying to like. I don't know what they did, but it's just so weird. It's hard to explain unless you've been playing incinerators pretty religiously. But I didn't like it. I don't like it. We're gonna win this one. Great on team. It's a good way to start a video. Just take this monstrosity out. Yeah. All right. What? What? Melee weapons look rookie? Oh, that just goes behind the thing? Banners? Banner background? Why would I use that? That is the ugliest background. No way. I'd rather that one. Banner logos. Yeah. I don't even put that little thing on. I would love to get this. Flame Weapons Legend to get this reward. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that eventually. Cannon Expert? No, not a big fan. What would be a good one to get? I like this one because it's basically the fire starters. So I'd love that one. Yeah. Just watching Durkee's live stream yesterday. Great YouTuber. I like him primarily because he plays kind of like I do. I have a different play style in game, but I still make the weirdest. I get a lot of enjoyment out of the weird builds and things looking just outlandish. So I think that's why I enjoy him so much. So. Right. Let me just. Yeah. Yep. Nope. Why is it so hard to freaking aim these things now? I hate this nerf. Ow. Sure, just fire those. Someone will probably randomly wander into it. Yep. Yep. Nope. Alright. Ow. I just. Can you let me out of here, guy? Kind of in the way. Yeah, that guy's dead. Don't worry too much about it. Alright, I got a guy. No. Yep. Yep. Oh, why? Why is it so bad? Just keep shooting. There's another guy behind us. Nope. Alright. Well, I guess it's time to take meat grinders out, guys. Yep. Yep, get him. Get him, boys. Get him. Yep, there we go. Alright, let me just, let's suicide. Let's suicide, and we'll blow up this guy. Oh, man. Missed him. My mouse is having issues. There we go. That's that was a fun game. I think we might win. Looks likely. This person's running a harvester and some flame stuff. That's nice. Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah. Echo porcupines. Yeah, that's nasty. Now this build I could swap. Actually, there's a build I want to do eventually. I want to work up to it. I either want to get a porcupine launcher with 2 incinerators, or because I just love incinerators. They're my favorite weapon, although they're impossible to use now all of a sudden. I'm really not enjoying the nerf. Because it's a nerf. It's an incinerator nerf, but Mandrake buff probably. I would like other people to chime in on that. That'd be cool. I don't know if anyone plays Mandrakes regularly. What they're saying about the aiming, because for me, the incinerators suck. Like, I'd love to be able to adjust the aiming for certain weapons and stuff a little bit myself, to have a bit more control of how it feels. That would be nice if the developers did that. Because right now, I'm having a lot of trouble shooting that incinerator, and it's just a pain. So, I don't know what they did. It feels like they've got some weird, like, compensation for movement going on with the incinerators, and it's not reacting the way I'm used to. I'm gonna see if I can get used to it. So we'll give it a couple more games, and then we'll call it a day after that. Of course, this is gonna be like super laggy and glitchy because let's try and fix that a little bit. Settings. Yeah, video. Let's well, everything's pretty low already. Just let's turn that off. Just shadows, let's turn those off. Sure. A lot of this stuff I'm not exactly sure what it does, but active FPS limit, yeah. Minimize Windows FPS window, I don't know. Okay. Let's see if that helps a little bit. That might help a little bit. Even though it's fun to watch tires and parts fly off everywhere, this might help me gameplay-wise. It's still a little bit glitchy. Yeah, this computer is probably a little bit worn out and probably needs to be replaced with a better one at some point when I can afford it. Pew 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 pew. Oh, it's pew 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 pew. I like pew 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 pew. He's a lot of fun. There we go. Kill Brian. Alright, let's... Okay. Ow, 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 ow. Alright. Well, that was... unfortunate. Yeah, augers are a little bit more difficult to drive since they increase the speed. You have a lot more habit of tilting up with them, and a little bit Humpty Dumpty. Alright, so they're coming down this way. I'm stuck here. Hopefully I can get up before they kill me. And it looks like they're all fighting over there, so maybe I can throw an incinerator up there. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's... Wow, this is so bad. Like, what the hell? Like, that makes no sense. I'm, like, moving my mouse and it's not going anywhere. Yeah, just... Alright. You know what? Okay. Yep. Alright. Well, that did not work so well. You know, let's just go to the garage. That's a terrible game, but you know, we'll end it there for that. And you know, we'll just do a little testing with the incinerator here. I wish I could go back to another version to show you exactly what the difference is for the aiming of the incinerators. But this kind of little, it's basically a nerf because incinerators were, well, I loved incinerators. Everyone says incinerators suck. I'm like, hey, no, they're pretty awesome actually. Yeah, see, it's so, like, look at that. That's the reaction time of this circle is absolutely terrible. For mandrakes, I understand, but incinerators didn't have the same problem as mandrakes do. Mandrakes were too sensitive and they just go flying all over the place. But for incinerators, it's perfectly fine. It's like, look, this is, like, that is way too slow. You can't hit anybody on the move with incinerators now. You know, you can't get the range right because it's so much lag time. I understand for mandrakes, but they should change that value for incinerators because you cannot aim incinerators properly. It makes it extremely difficult to use incinerators now. Incinerators are already a tough weapon to use because of how long the reload time is. They can be pretty devastating if people stay in the fire, if they lose their wheels, or if, you know, their ammo and stuff explodes, but that takes a little bit of damage. Like, if I set myself on fire, which is going to be difficult, and I sit in here, I have just like the level 3 fuel barrels, and I can sit in here for a while without those exploding. And the damage is based on how many parts you have as well for incinerators, right? So it can strip a bunch of your armor really quick, and if you get a large group of your enemies, it's extremely effective. But you can just wander out of it. Still haven't set my fuel. There we go. There they went. So basically, I was almost dead at that point. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of really annoyed. See, I wasn't really sure what was going on because I started using incinerators a couple days ago. There was a patch, and they just kind of sneaked this. Well, it's a nerf for incinerators, probably a buff for mandrakes, in, and it's frustrating because I can't like shoot like I used to. Like, I have to aim way up here. I think it was like half as much. So like they halved the movement for the circle. For changing it as well. I don't know. It's hard to say without a comparison. If I could go back to the other before the patch and test it there, it would help. But yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble with it. It's really weird, and it's hard to explain unless you've played incinerators before. So it's a weird nerf. It's like, it's just, I mean, I guess you could compensate for it, but it makes it much harder to hit people. I used to be able to hit hovers with some difficulty, with a lot of timing and stuff like that. But now it's near impossible because you can't you can't adjust the distance of your shots quick enough. Like it has a lag time, way too much lag time. Whereas any other weapon, except for maybe like, I mean, cannons and phoenixes, they have a bit of a lag time, but like it's too large for these. I can't shoot. I can't hit moving targets at all. Really, I have to just guess where they're gonna be. They already has a long enough time flying through the air. So it's my little rant about incinerators, because they've been affected, not hugely, but they've been affected enough that make them not very viable. They were the best balanced weapon in the game, and then they made them not very viable. Like, why? I don't understand. Like, incinerators can do a lot of damage and be impressive, but they've been nerfed a little bit. Let's jump in one more game, just for fun. Yeah, because the fire damage is based on how many parts you have. So if you don't have a lot of parts, lower power scores, you're only doing like 25 damage to your enemy, right? They just have a bunch of plows on their things, and you have like only an incinerator. At lower power scores, doesn't do much damage. At higher power scores, they're great. They do lots of damage, but I'm just gonna throw that right there. Yep, saw that coming. Just keep backing up. No, just let me out of here. I want to back up. Thank you. Yeah, this guy here. I guess I could throw it over there. Boop, there, right there. Boop. That should hit somebody. Boom, yeah, direct hit, nice. Only 109 damage though. Ah, Ninky, no, I don't like you. You can screw off, Ninky. Ninky, stop it. Ah, I hit that place again. Sucks. Got him. Alright, throw that there. Let me just drive forward here. There we go. Woo! Let me just blow up. Oh man. Well, that was okay. Mace Widow? Mace Widow, why? Why did they want Mace? That's not Mace Widow. Mace Widow? Why do they want him reported? I don't understand. Why? I mean, I don't understand. He's just... Unless he's using a bot of some sort, but it doesn't look like it. Why did someone want to report him? I don't know. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed and didn't mind my rant too much about the incinerators. I'm kind of annoyed. It's a little bit. What cheat? I don't understand. What is... Like, I don't know, like, is he cheating? He's jamming weapons. Yeah, no, he's not cheating, because otherwise his weapons would be aiming at the closest person, like the comps do. I don't understand. What cheat? He's not cheating. I don't... Okay, you know, people really need to learn more about the game before they accuse people of cheating. It happens in so many games, especially games where there's weird mechanics, especially in higher power scores. new players will often accuse people of cheating, even though they just don't understand the mechanic of those higher tier gameplay, such as the Thunderbolts, stopping your weapons and things. It might seem like they're cheating or affecting you in a way, but it's actually part of the game mechanic. I definitely, I did, RGE, what is RGE? I don't know, what? Okay, you know what, I'm gonna look this up, because I'm curious, what is this? Like, there's no question there's people out there who probably do cheat with Crossout, but primarily probably just to grind resources. That is the most likely reason for someone to cheat in this game, not to get some sort of advantage against your opponent. The only thing I can see is being able to see where people are, regardless of anything. So, RGE. Let me look that up. Crossout hack, Crossout aimbot. Aimbot? Cheating. Yeah. Cheat or annoying build of cheat engines perk. That's, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the cheat engine thing is kind of cool, especially for fusions. If you stick someone with a bunch of fuse drones and a cheetah engine onto the back of somebody else with some wheels, it's the most amazing thing, especially with Rift, because you just pump out drones while your teammate drives you around the place, and you don't have to do anything. It's probably the best way to grind is with a buddy who can just carry you around as a drone carrier, and you just pump out drones everywhere and just don't have a care in the world. Yeah, I don't see any RGE. I think it's just person's raging and saying they're cheating, which is dumb. Aimpot, ESB, Crossout hacks. Let's just, let's look at one. I'm gonna look at one of these videos. Actually, I'm gonna pause it because otherwise I'm gonna get get a copyright strike, most likely, on YouTube if I listen to that. But I think it's really important for people to not accuse people of hacking. I used to be really good at the first Modern Warfare, insanely good. Like, I would play the first Modern Warfare, and it had an auto balancing for matchmaking. So if people left a match or joined a match like partway through, it would rebalance the teams. So if people rage quit, there wouldn't be two people on one team. It would just rebalance the teams with the players that were already in there. So you get switched from one team to the other. So if you made a bunch of players rage quit because you were so damn good, it would switch you over to the other team. And you could beat your own score. So you could get like 60 kills in a match and then beat your own score being on the other team. And that's what I used to do in the first Modern Warfare. And I used to get accused of aimbot a lot, because you can shoot through walls in that game, and I would know the levels so well that I would just shoot through walls and where people would likely be, and you'd get a little indicator that you hit someone through the wall, and you just keep shooting near that spot or down if they decided to crouch or lay low, and you could shoot people through the wall, no aimbot required. I do that with shotguns, mostly pistols. I basically only used pistols in that game because it had the slowest amount of reload time. So you spent most of your time shooting and basically none of your time reloading because of quick reload. But I get accused of cheating non-stop in that game because I was just really, really good. I was good enough that the aimbots would lose against me. So the people cheating, wouldn't gain anything because I would own them, and I get accused by the people who were cheating of cheating. I never got banned because primarily back then, people weren't recording videos of that stuff, really. There wasn't really Let's Plays of that stuff going on, as far as I know. And I was just really good at the game. And a lot of people who would play with me quite often would just realize that, yeah, I was just that good at the game. And it was usually an inexperienced player who couldn't fathom that someone could be that good at the game. And so, you know, that's kind of my PSA, public safety announcement. Don't accuse people of hacking. You know, make sure it's not some part of a game mechanic, or maybe like a bug they're taking advantage of. You know, like, I mean, taking advantage of a bug can be a problem, but it's not really their fault. You know, that's on the developers mostly, and developers can't always deal with all the bugs. And if it's a part of the game mechanic, you can't really say it's cheating. There can be balancing issues, that's for certain. Like, he was using thunderbolts, and so that would stop someone's aiming. So my guess is that someone had played against him and wanted him to be reported. So, you know, learn the game you're playing before you accuse someone of hacking. That's just all I'm going to say. Because that guy didn't look like he was hacking. He just looked like a good player. Especially since he didn't aim at the closest person all the time. He would sometimes switch it up to someone who's farther away. And he was just good. Or she. Could be a she. Sometimes women are really good at video games. By sometimes I mean probably just as much as men. You know, you just don't find as many women playing video games. Mostly because the culture, men on the internet think it's, you know, anonymous and such to harass women, and say things they normally wouldn't say to women, or, you know, say things that they normally would say to women in person, just because they're, you know, bigotous and whatnot. The same thing can happen to men. You know, women can freak out at men, but it's usually because they've been treated poorly by men a lot, and they think that, you know, they can get revenge on any old man instead of the men that been treating them like crap. So normally, you know, if you're you know, a kind and genuine person, sometimes they'll freak out at you for things that, you know, you're just like, you don't mean any harm. You're just being a human being and asking how their day was. Yet they'll freak out at you thinking that you want to date them. It's like, no, I was just making conversation in the elevator because, you know, we're two human beings sitting in an elevator. I make conversation with men who are in the elevator too. They just tend to respond. You know, so, but like, you just gotta understand. You gotta understand that, like, some people are just way better at video games than you. You gotta understand that other people are going through stuff, and so they're just freaking out for no particular reason. You know, just try and be understanding. Have a good time. I guess this is enough of me ranting. There's a little bit of gameplay, a lot of ranting. So, I'll see you guys around, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun. I hope you guys want to see more weird builds like this one. Maybe I'll do a low power score build for my next video, just for fun. And I'll see you guys around. Thank you for watching Goodstorms Games. Bye-bye.